Good morning, Maureen. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Angelina. Good morning, sunshine today. So I hope everybody's starting their day in a positive, blah, blah, all that positive energy kind of way. And I hope everybody had a good day yesterday. My day was pretty darn good. Jessica, how are you? When are we going to get together again? We need to do another event together. I still think about that. That was a lot of fun. So, what are we doing here anyway? We're just remembering a chance to take a breath. You know, even whether it's raining or sun shining, it's like trying to find something positive regardless. You know? And so when we do our meditation, when we do something nice for ourselves, do we actually ever just, how often do we say, I think I'm going to do something nice for myself? Just like a small thing. So I thought she was not doing Karma Fest anymore. Is she doing another Karma Fest? You know, it's funny because Karma Fest, okay, so I've done Karma Fest a couple times. First time was her first winter one, and I made the money back for the table. I made a little bit of money. Most people there were kind of grumbling. So I'm like, fine, I'm going to try Karma Fest during the week, during the summer. Everybody talks about how great Karma Fest is. So I think I might be bad luck for Karma Fest because the week before it's supposed to happen, or like 2 weeks, the place burned down. Where they were having it was just burnt down. So they had to scramble and find us places and do all this other stuff. So, you know, Maryland is not known for earthquakes, but that might be next in line if I go to Karma Fest. So, let's see what happens here. I'll look it up and see about the information because regardless of anything, adversity can be fun. So, taking that breath. Oh, man, that feels good. So, reminds me to check and see where my feet are. Oh, man, how's my feet doing? And then my butt doing the kitty dance, getting ourselves relaxed there, and then maybe check in with the shoulders. That shoulder meter, are they up here? The neck. Yeah, the event I went to over the weekend, I love just seeing how people sit down and then just ask them, when's the last time you took a breath? And you see them go, ah. So, then let's see what we have next here. This is our chance to check in with the universe, or as I like to say, this is where the universe can hold up a mirror and asks us, what do we see? And we can use the tarot as that reflection. So, what am I going to do then? I am going to make our 3 stacks. It's like each one of these is a different thread. That looks really good on the, look at that. Looks very cosmic. What is this called? This is the Distant Past Tarot. And that looks pretty good on the screen here. So, what am I doing here? I made our 3 stacks, each one a different thread going out to the universe. It's like each one's a different thought or idea. And if we believe in a multiverse, it's like each one of these is a different path. Because this stack will lead down one path. And this conversation's a totally different path from this one. And sometimes I say to people when I'm reading for them that they've never read for, whichever path we choose, there's 2 conversations we don't have. I have so much fun reading for people. Let's take the top stack, or what I like to think of as things that are right in front of us and we don't even see it. So, I'm going to do hour, 3, and 1. And I'll flip them over one at a time like we're reading the pages of a book. And today's first card, this is what kind of starts the whole mood. It is the Four of Wands. And wands, being the element of fire, wands are our fire, our passion, our creativity, and our energy. And four is just like four legs on a table. It's about that stability. So, it's one of those things where we're using the numerology 1 to 10. 4 is not even really halfway there, but 4s mean, there's things that we can celebrate. We're not done. We have all these things, irons in the fire, things we'd like to do, planning our trips. And today is about just kind of like reflecting on the positive, things that we've started, like yesterday I talked about my garden, whether it's just starting a garden, nothing's blossomed, but we can celebrate the positive. We can celebrate things that we put our passion into, our energy. If we decide, we're playing guitar and I'm going to schedule out an event or schedule out Karma Fest, we may not have done it yet, but the decision's made and we can celebrate. So when we see the Four of Wands, what is it that you can celebrate? What small thing? Even if it's going to the store and saying, I got all the ingredients for the barbecue that I'm going to make tonight. Fours, the minor cards are just daily, day-to-day cards. They're not the big, destiny cards. So celebrate the small things too. So let's see what the next card is. The Hanged Man. So, what is the Hanged Man? So, when we see the Hanged Man, in the 1500s, have you ever asked yourself what it meant if you saw somebody hanging by 1 foot? Well, it meant when you're coming into town, you're supposed to throw tomatoes at them, rocks, anything like that, because they're being hung up by 1 foot. That designates they're a traitor. As I like to say, one man's traitor is another man's hero. So when we see the Hanged Man, the keywords are sacrifice, acceptance, seeing things in a different way. All those keywords are correct, but historically we can just look it up and it also means the same thing. It means that there's things that we want to do. We may not be able to do them when we want them to, but the Hanged Man is about being patient. It is about doing, acceptance, sacrifice, seeing things in a different way. It's more about not being so much about ourselves. So sometimes when we celebrate in our own little heads, we have anticipations. We have things that we have expectations. But the Hangman says, well, let's put the expectations on hold. Doesn't mean we stop celebrating. It just means that we don't always get what we want when we want it. And we don't need to force an issue. But let's see what the next card is. The Chariot. So this is about, we have our plans. And since the minors are the day-to-day cards, these are the small things that all add up to the destiny cards, which is the Hanged Man and the Chariot, right? We all have these small day-to-day things, these small paths that we're on, we go to work, we eat, we do this, we, have the people who are important in our lives, but sometimes we need to just remember to stop, to take that breath, because sometimes if we don't stop, the universe will make us stop. So this is about, instead of just running headlong, doing what we want when we want it, it's about pausing, taking a breath, taking other people into consideration, taking everything around us in consideration. And then when we feel that it's right, we have the Chariot. And so the Chariot is our self-will, right? We're the ones that are going to make this happen. And there's a positive way of using self-will and a negative. So self-will run riot. I want what I want when I want it. So here I'm celebrating. I'm not thinking about anybody else or anything. And it's like, you know what? I'm just going to bullhead my way through to the 10 to celebrate, to get everything I want because I'm the most important person. Until either life and destiny or our own desire to do the next right thing slows us down. Make sure that we're taking everybody else into consideration, including the universe and our own selves. Maybe even celebrating a little bit longer, but just realizing we can't always have what we want when we want it. And when the time is right, and we know that this is a positive thing, then we make it happen. And that's the Chariot. This is the appropriate use of self-will. This says, all right, you know, maybe it's something that's going to be difficult. Buying a house or buying a car. You know, I put my deposit aside. I'm just going to go ahead and buy this clunker that's in front of me, the first thing I see. Or I'm going to sacrifice not having this car, maybe put some extra money aside and get what I want. And then using our self-will to make sure that we're doing the next right thing so we can achieve every single one of our goals. So today, let's see what the advice card says. Look at what we're trying to avoid. So it's the 3 of Swords. Swords are what? Our thoughts, our ideas, and sometimes our anxiety. Swords are the element of air. And again, it's when we need to check up from the neck up. 1 sword, we have an idea. 2 swords, we're making choices. But what if that choice is a negative choice? What if we're just doing it because it's what we want when we want it? Well, may work out fine, right? But if we pause, it's that breath between actions. The advice card is reminding us what happens when we don't pause and take a breath between actions. So today, what is it that we are having difficulty accepting patience for? That we want, that we, you know, those things that we are striving for. And again, it's a daily thing. So for me, it's like I just came back from vacation and now we need to help my daughter move out of her dorm because she's going to be getting her own apartment. And we're going to Salem. It's like, how can we not stay there for 2 days? Do we really have the finances for it? Well, I'm taking the pause and I'm lining things up because 2 weeks in France cost a lot. And then I'm going to say, you know what? Maybe because Jessica said, what about Karma Fest? That'll help pay for the Airbnb right there. So you know what? Instead of just jumping into it, Jessica, you just gave me the reminder that it's like I can do some more events and I will just make sure everything happens. So today, look at those small things that can steamroll into big things. Let's find that pause between actions so we don't have the 3 of Swords. And with that, everybody, oh my goodness, I hope everybody has that amazing, amazing day. And I hope we all have something positive to look forward to in the future, where we can take a pause and say, this is how I'm going to do it. So look for that positive thing to do. Take care, everybody, and I will be gratefully back here again tomorrow. Take care.
Stars in the sky, cards in my hand, searching for signs, lost in the sand. Whispers of fate, echoes of dreams, days in the dark slate. Nothing's as it seems. Flip the card, turn around, disturb.